Here's one phrase that men need to stop saying, and that's do as I say, not as I do. If you're a man, especially if you're a father and you're the leader in your life, your family, and your kids, you need to stop saying that phrase. Do as I say, not as I do. That's a huge pet peeve of mine when I hear people say that shit in regards to their kids, especially. Like, they usually use it in that context when they're telling their kids not to do something. They get caught in some type of hypocrisy. The kids are like, oh, but you do that. And then they go, yo, do as I say, not as I do. Here's the thing. Leadership starts with you. Manhood starts with you, right? You're the source. You have to embody that which you teach your kids. You can't expect to get your message across if you don't embody it. You can't just act one way and then teach them to act a completely different way. That's being a hypocrite, and you're teaching them to be a hypocrite. Also, kids don't really become what you tell them to become. They don't really do what you say. They become who you are. They become what you are. Who you are and how you carry yourself is much more powerful than what you say. Your kids are gonna absorb who you are, regardless of what you say. Like, let's just say you're trying to teach your kids to not smoke cigarettes, but then you're a cigarette smoker, right? They see you smoking cigarettes, and then you go, yo, do as I say, not as I do. It don't work that way. They're gonna be cigarette smokers too. So if you want your kids to be a certain way, you gotta be that way first and show them the path. You gotta show them how it's done by example. This is what leadership is all about, right? You can't teach your kids to go down a certain path that you haven't gone down. For the most part, it don't really work that way. Also, it just makes you look like a hypocrite. It waters down your leadership when you can't even embody that which you're teaching your kids. I'm not talking about when it comes to teaching your kids to learn from your mistakes. Like, let's say if you didn't go to college and you want to teach your kids, yo, you gotta go to college. It's messed up out here. Like, you gotta pay attention in school. I didn't pay attention in school, and that's why I'm all fucked up. That's one thing. But when you currently are doing something that you know is bad for you and bad for your kids, and you're trying to teach them not to be like that, but then you keep doing that thing, you look like a hypocrite, and that waters down your leadership across the board for other things too. So if you're a man, you need to stop saying that shit. Done.